Who are you gonna call? Him. That's who.
Autobots, transform!
So what's going on, guys and girls? It's your boy Barrage, and we are back with a brand new video. And today we are going to be reviewing Transformers Ectotron. Now, my birthday is in 2 weeks, so one of my amazing friends reached out to me and offered to get me an early birthday present. And well, this is what she got me. And I'm honestly stoked. This is my first crossover ever, like any Transformer crossovers that I have. It's also the first Ghostbusters Transformer that I ever had. So yeah. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that, folks. I had to reorganize my camera. Alright, I'll readjust it. So here we have Ectotron. Now, sadly, all my figures are on a shelf somewhere else, so I don't have any comparisons. But I guarantee he would outmatch all of them because of how long he is in vehicle mode. So Ectotron is based on a 1959 Cadillac, I believe. Let me check the instructions real quick. Let me just double check right quick, guys. Hang on. Okay, so it does not say. However, I've been told that he is a 1959 Cadillac. So yeah. Like I said, I have no comparisons, but he does come with some accessories. One of them being, let's get Ectotron out of the way. One of them being Slimer. He's this like rubbery kind of like plastic. Not really posable, but pretty cool. I kind of wish the eyes were painted like white or something, but no, they're just green. The entire thing is just green. I like, my favorite color is green, so I'm not complaining. But yeah. One of the other accessories is actually on the vehicle, so we'll get to that in transformation. And speaking of which, let's get down to transformation. One thing I forgot to mention before I transform him. There's a little port at the bottom of Slimer's body. And there's a little port right here, or like a little hole in Slimer's, there's a little port right here on the gun. So you can basically take Slimer and you can set him on the wand here. And you can essentially have him firing the wand or, you know, riding alongside the Ghostbusters. So yeah. Now, without further ado, let's get down to transformation. So the first thing you want to do to start off is you want to unpeg this little portion here, and that just is like a cool little tab right there. Unpeg it here. Then essentially come to the front of the vehicle here and unpeg this, just like so. It pegs under the hood there. Alright. Then unpeg the ladder. There's a lot of unpegging, which is also a soft rubber, which is pretty cool. I just have it sitting down to the side like that. And then you just want to wiggle the entire thing here out. And essentially this will form a proton pack, but more on that later. Set that aside. And yeah, you know, without all that junk on top, it's not bad. Here's the top. Here is the bottom. Now my only complaint with this figure is this entire like inside here is clear plastic. I don't like that. But I know why they did it, to get the windows and stuff like that. Pretty good. You got some clear plastic headlights there. I forgot to mention that. Got some tail lights, some beautifully picked out and red tail lights. Got some, I can only assume are like not exhaust, like turning signals and stuff. Anyway, sorry, back to transformation. I'm getting sidetracked. First thing you want to do, come to the bottom of the car, basically take his feet, pull them out. Then what you want to do is you just want to basically snap them in half. So just to do that, you just want to... Okay, well hold on. I forgot to mention, you might want to untab the doors first and then do that. So the doors are on a double hinge. Those will just slide up, just like so. Hang on. Again, those are on a double hinge, so just move those upwards. Just like so. Now they'll just sit like that. That's like maybe 20, maybe 30% of the transformation done. Then what you want to do is you want to come to, like you did with Studio Series 86 Jazz. He has the same thing. Just fold out his shins here. And then essentially just unpeg everything now. can fold up the shins, fold them out, straighten them out, just like so. Fold up the shins again, fold down the feet if they, Then what you want to do is you want to come to the inside of the feet here, which is a lot of nicely good detail, and you want to fold out this panel here, which forms the trunk of the car. Then you want to get everything situated. Hang on. Okay, so we're back. Now that we've come to the top of Ectotron, you're going to basically just untab it, bring it out, rotate it again, come down to the forearms here, and just essentially fold out the hand. Again, bring down the forearm, fold out the hand. Now, like MGO316 previously stated, you want to push on these panels and make sure these are pushed down. And you'll hear a click, just like so. Come to the front of the end of the vehicle and fold that over it, just like so. Basically, just make sure everything stands up nicely. Then open the chest and fold out his head. Just like so. That's basically Ectotron. Oh. So yeah, Ectotron isn't that bad of a figure. He really isn't. Hold on, guys. And yeah, like I said before, here we have Ectotron. Not too bad, I'd say. Pretty decent looking, looks pretty good. Although I kind of wish the ladder was a part of the, what we'll get into later, I kind of wish it was like a part of that and not part of the transformation. Now, I believe you can take it off. Yeah, you can take it off. It just snaps on, but I'd rather just keep it on. Well, shoot. There we go. But yeah, man. And as for the proton pack, hold on. What you want to do for the proton pack, essentially, transform it, is what you want to do, is you want to come to the bottom of the proton pack here, open that up. I open this panel up here, remove the gun out of the hand, push this little red piece forward, then continue bringing this all the way up, and then fold this over itself, just like so. I've seen so many people take the hose and try to peg it into the that little port right there. This little port right there. It's not supposed to go there. Don't peg it there. Instead there's a little port on the side here, right there, where my thumb is, and that's where it's actually supposed to peg into. Just like so. Now, as for the gun, or the wand rather, take the handle, and there's a little hole inside the handle, and there's a little peg on this little rubbery, like, hose piece. It's a bit of a hassle, but it works. Hold on. Sometimes. But yeah, it's on. So now, come to the back of Ectotron. There's a little slot in the light bar right there. And there's a little peg right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's right here by my thumb. A little peg, and that'll just peg in place. Just like so. Oh, hold on, the hose fell out. Just put the proton pack in place. There we go. Now, what we'll do is just make him stand up. That's one thing we will do. Is we'll just take the gun, if you'll let me, Ectotron, there we go. On my copy, he seems to not want to always stand up properly, but yeah. Take the big handle and put it in, well, pretty self-explanatory, put it in his hand, just like so. And then, if you want to make it look like he's holding the, the wand, essentially just angle it to your liking, just like so. And, yeah. There's Ectotron. Now for articulation. There's a lot to uncover here. The legs go forward that far. They bend at the knees. They go back that far. And they just have the whole portion of the car here. The thighs, let me just take the thing out of his head. So the thighs are on a swivel here. Ready to go full 360. No waist swivel, sadly. The arms can go up that far. They can go back that far. They can move out due to transformation. And there's also a double butterfly hinge right here. which also is due to transformation. Let's see, the forearm can rotate to 360. The hand can move in and out of the wrist, or like the cuff here. This little portion of the vehicle can move in and out. You know, keep it how you like it. I'm just gonna set that aside. It just fell off. Let's see. The head can look up that far. It can look down that far. You can also move a full 360 if you want to. All four wheels spin as they should. Now let's get in closer to his face. So you can see, if you look underneath his head, he actually has blue eyes, which is pretty good. Pretty cool there. Hold on. You have to zoom in on it real quick. He does in fact have blue eyes. Another reason symboling that he's an Autobot. He's got red on the forearms. Red on the fins here. Hold on. Red on the fins here, just like so. And you got red on the Ghostbuster logos on the doors. You got some blue, some beautiful blue sirens picked out in blue. You got some amazing red looking taillights. You got a nice like gunmetal gray visor right there. I kind of wish that the insides of it were painted, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Still pretty cool. But yeah. Without further ado, guys and girls, this is your boy Mirage signing off. Bye, guys.